Well, welcome to MOTOM Live, everyone. Thanks for joining. These sessions we run short sessions focused on various success factors in our platform. And what we do is we focus on one element of the platform. We're focusing on buying today, and throughout the session we'll focus on what do our most successful buyers do and how do they set up the platform to get the best from it. So that's what we'll focus on. MOTOM's about creating frictionless selling and buying for the wholesale market, cars and vans. And I think all of you would know that anyway, because you're registered on the app and you've joined today because you just probably want some tips and techniques to say, how do I get more from it? So I'm going to share my mobile phone screen with you because first and foremost, we're an app first tech platform, and the reason we're an app first platform is because notifications and connections work much better on the app than they do on our control center on the web, because to get notifications on the control center you've got to be logged in all of the time, and each time you log in you've got to remember to set up your notifications on the app, whether it be Android or Apple. Notifications are set up out of the box, so you'll receive those notifications. So I'm sharing my screen here, and I'll click onto the MOTOM application. So as I say, we're focusing here on the buying process, and a couple of critical things about the buying process. Number one is that you're fully registered. Number two is in that registration process, you've included a credit card number. And the reason we ask for a credit card number is so we can charge the buyer's fee of £150 plus VAT to the card. That's all we charge to the card. The physical financial transaction for the vehicle is done off of the platform and via bank transfer with the seller. So all we charge the credit card with is £150 buyer's fee plus the VAT. So once you're set up properly, you'll be able to access all of the app. You'll see the version looks as my screen does here. Now, one of the critical things to do is make sure your filters are set up correctly. And what this does, it filters the vehicles available so they meet your criteria. So top right hand button allows you to create a new filter. So what you might want to do in the early days of getting used to the app is create a filter that's very wide. And I've created one here that effectively I've called all. So I've got any country, so England, Scotland, Wales, any make, any model, any year, any body style. I've said show me price range from nothing to no limit, mileage nothing to no limit. So effectively what it will do is any vehicle that comes onto the platform, I'll get a notification and say a vehicle that meets your criteria is available for you to have a look at. That vehicle would appear on this home screen, and you have two options. Number one, not interested, and you might not be interested in them all, that's no problem. Number two is add to buy. And if you hit the add to buy button, what it does, it puts that vehicle into your feed. And by having that vehicle in your feed, you can start to look at the details of that vehicle. And I'll give you an instance here. So I've clicked there, view active deals. So these are the vehicles that are already in my feed. So here we've got an Audi A6 Avant in stock, and we can see photographs of this car. We can see a description of this vehicle. It's in stock, Audi A6 Avant 2018, and you can see all of the details. You can see where the car's located, see the VIN number, see the mileage, and then you can see more details about the vehicle in terms of its condition. And there's a description here that says this is the 1.8, not the 2 litre. You can see who the seller is. We can see it's a fleet management business, and equally we can see on this home screen that somebody's made a bid of 19,500. So if you wanted to make a bid, all you'd need to do, and all I'd need to do, is press the plus button, decide what bid I want to make, and make the bid. that bid would be received by the seller and accepted if it's in the right region. Another deal to take a look at, this Land Rover Discovery Sport. You'll see no bids yet. Again, the photos are there, description of the car, details about its condition. We can see who the seller is, and this now is a bid from 25,500. So if you wanted to make a bid, hit the bid now button and you make the bid that you want to make. Equally, what some sellers do is they put a buy it now price on it. So actually it says buy it now price at 26,000 for argument's sake. You can hit the buy it now price, and that offer's automatically accepted by the seller. What then happens, once your bid's been accepted, you both get an email and confirmation of the transaction that you've agreed, and the digital footprint of that vehicle with all of the information which was in the app is sent you on email, confirms the transaction, and then you get on with agreeing the transfer of the money and agreeing the collection of the vehicle. It's as simple as that. And once the transaction's complete, you then score each other out of 5 stars for number 1, car description, number 2, delivery on time, and number 3, payment. And you'll see here, and I'm not a seller, but this is dummy data in here. You'll see here that I've scored 5 stars across 23 transactions. So actually every buyer and every seller gets a profile built over time. So we end up with trusted buyers, trusted sellers on our platform. And if we get 1 and 2 star transactions, we start asking the question, and 3 strikes and someone's off the platform. We only want bona fide sellers and buyers who are interested in using our platform the way it's designed to be used, frictionless trading in the wholesale market. So that's how to buy a car. Some sellers will market vehicles to everybody on our platform, which is fine. So if you're on the platform, you'll get notified. Some sellers might say, I'm only going to send and market a vehicle to my connections. So the other thing that you ought to look at doing is creating connections on the platform. So my connections is here from my network, and what the system will do is make recommendations for people on the platform who you might want to connect with. So our suggestion would be make as many connections as you possibly can. And equally, you might want to invite other people in the, other traders or dealers who you might know. You might want to invite them onto our platform. And you can do that by hitting this blue bar, invite to MOTOM, send a text message, type their name in, because I'm assuming they're in your phone book. If they are, if not, type their number in, and they get that message. They click on the message, they'll get taken directly to the App Store and can download MOTOM and register in the same way that you did. So that's connections, that's inviting other connections, and that's how easy it is to buy a car on the MOTOM platform. Now, equally, as I say, we're an app first business. And the reason we're app first, as I say, is because the notifications are instant. We do operate on the web, which most of you probably know, and you should see my my website version there. Yeah. So this is the control center. So everything you see here is exactly the same as what you saw on the app. From a buying perspective, some people might prefer to see in large pictures of the vehicle. And this was the Land Rover Discovery Sport that we looked at on the app. But functionality is exactly the same. The data you get on here is exactly the same. So connections and buying, exactly the same process. But as I say, the reason we're app first is because notifications work instantly. So what we wouldn't want to happen is car gets marketed on the platform and it gets sold super quick and you've missed out. So if your notifications are on, you won't miss out. And cars sell quick on our platform. The record so far is 19 seconds. So that was from it being marketed to someone making a bid. So cars sell quickly. So if you've got your notifications on, you're going to see everything that comes onto the platform. And really, I think that's it about making connections and making bids on vehicles. And happy to take any questions if there are any today. But we'll put this video on our YouTube site and on our website, so it's a reference point for a future date if you wanted to check back. So I think there are no questions. So thanks very much for joining, and yeah, see you all soon.